Hi students, welcome back to our class. This is Swarpa ma'am. Today we will discuss about diversity in living organisms. See here ma, diversity in living organisms and classification also. There are plants, animals and microorganisms. Okay, plants, animals and microorganisms. Okay na. So here ma, these are complex organisms, plants and animals. In higher plants we have, lower plants also we have. These are complex organisms, means they're completely, their anatomy, their function is different, completely their function is different, their appearance, morphology, appearance, external appearance, study of external appearance is called as morphology. Okay, so their appearance is different. These are the complex. Okay, as well as simple plants, complex plants. Complex, now if you say the plants has a very big, they are the very big. Even animals, ourselves, social animals, ourselves are also of complex organisms itself. So what is happening here? These are complex. If you go for the microorganisms, these are very microscopic, which we can't see with our naked eye. Can we see with our naked eye? No, we can't see with our naked eye. Those organisms we will call them as microorganisms. Means the plants and animals can be seen with our naked eye, whereas the microorganisms we cannot see with our naked eye. This is one thing. Another one is their habitat. Habitat of these organisms is different, means where they live is different. What are the functions? Physiology is different. Okay, the functions and morphology, physiology and morphology is different, as well as its habitat is also different here. Its habitat means, see here, we are few plants are there which can live and tolerate extreme conditions. Extreme conditions means extreme hot conditions, extreme cool conditions also they can tolerate. Here animals like human beings, can we tolerate extreme hot conditions sometimes? Okay, now when we move to the Dubai, when we move to the other countries, for tolerating that temperatures or that environmental conditions, little bit time taking place. Okay, it takes time. After few days we get habituated, and our body also get habituated to that environment, and we stay there. Here means in extreme conditions they are changing. They can live in, some few organisms can live in extreme conditions, few organisms cannot be lived in the extreme condition. Now at 100 degrees centigrade, a few microorganisms are there which can live in very hot spring, hot water which is coming from the earth surface. In that also some methanogenic microorganisms are there. Means few organisms are there which can live in extreme, very low conditions also, and in another different various situations, habitations also, these can lead their individual life. Okay, so there are some existing places like mountain peaks to deserts, plateaus to the deep oceans. Plateaus are present, deep oceans are present. In oceans also, if you go in the deeper levels of the sea level, though the sunlight doesn't pass into the deeper level, the plants may not grow into a big height, but the algae is present which can grow there, which small fishes are present, small microorganisms are present, many number of organisms are present, where their way of living is different, completely they are different from each other. That's we will call it as diversity of living organisms. That we are calling it as diversity of living. All these are different types of living organisms, but these all are living together, diversity in what we will call unity in diversity. In the same way here also, the diversity of organisms. See here, along with the sparrows also live. Sparrow, okay, now those are extincting species. We are unable to see lot of sparrows nowadays. In olden days we used to see more sparrows, now they are not there. Okay, it is an extincting species. Banyan tree, it is also an extincting species. We are unable to see the banyan tree also. So these all are of different, but they are differently classified. Classified means here plants are all classified in the plants, animals are different. Okay, so again in the plants, again classification is different, animals classification is different, 5 kingdom classification, everything comes under this lesson, diversity in living organism. This is a big topic ma, we'll go through in a very detailed manner. Okay, if we see in the plants itself, first topic is about plants itself. Okay, now so in plants, from one plant to another plant, it is completely changed, means physiologically little bit some similar, sometimes the cells, tissues is different, another one is external appearance of the leaves is different, seeds are different, root system is different. Okay, I'll tell you what are those. See here, studying about diversity, as it was, would could be very chaotic and difficult task. Studying about the diversity, see here how we came to know that human beings comes under phylum mammals. Okay, who has given us human beings has a name, has a Homo sapiens. Homo sapiens, who gave the name Homo sapiens? This is a name. Okay, mango scientific name Mangifera indica. Okay, why did they use this one Mangifera indica for this only, and why they have given two names? This is a generic name and this is a specific name, species. Okay, this is a generic and these are the generic names and these are the species. Okay, so based upon the genetic character, based upon the phenotypic, genotypic character, these organisms are classified, and these all comes under like mammals, plants. Mangifera indica is the scientific name of mango plant. Okay, so mammals, these all comes under 5 kingdom classification. Again, 5 kingdom classification, which was given by R.H. Whitaker. Who has given these all? How did he categorized based on what characters, like Monera, Protista, means how, like bacteria are kept under one kingdom, plants are of another kingdom, animals, small animalcules like amoeba, paramecium, these are kept under one kingdom, fungi are kept under one kingdom. How did they, step by step they came to, they started, first there was 2 kingdom, later there was 3 kingdom, later 5 kingdom classification. Step by step they has improved the scientifically and has classified the organisms. It took a lot of years for the diversity of living different characters. They have given millions of organisms names also they have given. We will be telling that yes, Azadirachta indica, that is a name of a neem plant. Okay, so neem plant name, how could we know? How myself, I mean here Armour I am telling Azadirachta indica. Even the person who is in America, he also calls it as Azadirachta indica only. How could we know these all discoveries? By the education and as well as the discoveries of many people have we learnt. Okay, so these are classified. They completely, their experiments classified the organisms into various categories here. Moreover, it was very difficult task. Actually, it is a very difficult task during classification. Organisms individually without knowing the organisms that might be sharing common characteristics would be insignificant. There are some organisms which share the common characteristics. See here, experiments in lab, if you go, they will use mouse. Mouse means not computer mouse. Mouse is nothing but a little bit big rat, white mouse. Okay, white mouses they will be using. Okay, it's a big type of rat. Why they are using for the experiments? Okay, why they are used most of the experiments whatever done, instead of using directly medicinal experiment on the human beings, we use the mouse. Where sometimes during in our intermediate we dissect the frog. Why? Because it has the same similar internal organization characteristics, little bit similar to us. That's why we select that one. Means there are some organisms which has a similar characteristics. Okay, na similar characteristics. Thus, our knowledge of our entire living. Another one is, see here, Thus, people who have tried to study diverse organisms in nature have tried to make groups of them on the basis of differences and similarities found among them. So, whoever studied about the diversity of the living organisms, many organisms, insects are there. Insects, they have jointed legs. You know very well what are jointed legs. In this way, okay, from this is the abdomen, one joint, another one joint here, okay, like 1 2 3. Based on the jointed legs also, all the insects was coming under, they have kept under phylum Arthropoda, okay, Arthropoda. There are some similar characters, differences in the similarities, there are differences in the characters also. Based on this person who observed the diversity in the living organisms, this helped identify largely very closely related groups of organisms. So, they has kept all the closely related groups, character containing organisms under one group. Here I said 5 kingdom classification. In that Monera, another one is Plantae, Animalia, Protista, Fungi. These are the 5 kingdoms, okay. So, in that, in each kingdom few organisms are there which has a similar characteristics. First we will study, during studying of this 5 kingdom, about single organism, we will study the general characteristics of all. These general characteristics may be the characters of all the living organisms which is present in that kingdom only, not related with the other kingdom, okay. That is the thing. Okay, now next thing is group to carry out the study in systematic manner. In this lesson we will try to study the diversity which is present in the plants, animals and microorganisms, okay na, microorganisms. Next see here ma, first one I will tell you, diversity in the plants, okay. Diversity in plants. So, first one is observation of leaves of different plants. Diversity in plants, observation of leaves in different plants, okay. See here, leaf structure I will draw for you. This is the leaf structure, okay. Leaf structure, petiole, okay, midrib, center one is called as midrib, okay. Veins, lateral veins and network like structure. In this way, if you see the beans leaf, you can see very clearly network of, okay, network of veins is seen here just like this. Veins in the form of network, just like this network, okay na, in the form of network. This is the main rib. In the form of network we can see the veins. So, that type of venation, veins arrangement here we will call it as a reticulate venation, okay, in the form of network. Those are in the form of network. And here the complete space, the leaf complete one space we will call it as leaf lamina, okay. Here leaf blade, it is like this, leaf blade in this way, it is like this. If you go for rose, it is like this, means the leaf blade is changing. This is called as a leaf blade. So, the leaf blade from one organism to another organism, it is changing, okay. Here I said reticulate venation in this leaf. If you go for beans leaf, if you go for coconut leaf, how the leaf is like this, okay. This is the main rib, midrib, okay. This is the leaf with pointed, again the leaf blade and leaf lamina space and its shape and structure is also changing. How the venation is, veins are like this straight, okay, parallelly to the midrib. This is midrib, these are the veins. Midrib and veins are parallel to each other. So, that time we will call it as parallel venation, parallel venation. So, here from one plant to other plant, what is the color of the leaf? compulsory. Their veins are changing, petiole is changing, leaf lamina is changing, leaf blade is changing here. Okay, so here he is telling that the width of the leaf, how much width is present. Few leaves are very small, few very lower plants are there, very higher plants, herb, shrub, trees. On the height also they are different. Okay, so the leaf lamina, if you see only the difference in the leaf, they have given you in textbook many different types of leaves here. So if you see the leaf difference only, the length of the leaf is different, width of the leaf is different. Okay, width, thickness also. Few will be just like a velvet cloth, few leaves will be there, and different colors of leaves are there. Chloroplast is a pigment, chlorophyll is a pigment, green color, for the giving of green color of the plants. Chromoplast along with the chloroplast. Chlorophyll is present in the chloroplast cell organelle. Chromoplast is present, leucoplast is also present for different colors of the leaves. Okay, next thing is the color of the leaf is different. Size and shape of the leaf you have to mention in one box. Margins of the leaf, leaf margins. Here it is leaf blade. Here it is leaf blade is smooth. Here it's just looking like an axe blade. Okay, it is different. And venation of the leaf, see here, if it occurs in these veins in the form of network, we will call it as reticulate venation. If we go for the coconut tree, the main rib is parallel to the veins, so parallel venation we have to write down that one. Okay, could you find any two leaves which are similar with respect to any characteristics? So you know, have to note down in this activity what you have to note down, 4-5 types of leaves, and did you find any similar characteristics, same like size, shape, anything did you notice? Study more about these characteristics they have given for you. Okay, which characteristic given above, where is select a characteristic mentioned, the length between the nodes. I'll tell you about the stem also. Okay, what are the similar characteristics? Any, did you find any different characteristics in the in these leaves only? Carefully observe the plants collected, what you have noted and given. Means, is that herb, is that present in a same temperatures, can grow in the same temperature, that is also one important point, and can it grow in the shade or in the presence of sunlight, everything should be noticed. Hope you understood. We will continue the class about external characteristics of plants like monocot and dicot they have given. I will tell you what is monocot and dicot. Okay, thank you.